with Lifestyles with Candy Nicholas on Choice Media Network. We have great information on how to enhance your health and well-being. So join us every Monday at 7:30 p.m. as we discuss with experts on disease prevention, healing, staying fit, aging gracefully, the right foods and tools for health optimization, and keeping beautiful inside and out. Life-changing information, plus opportunities to win amazing health and wellness-related gifts. Join us Mondays at 7:30 p.m. Lifestyles with Candy Nicholas, only on Choice Media Network.
Good night, St. Lucia, and welcome to another episode of Police Insight. I'm your host, Acting Inspector Zachary Hippolyte of the Royal St. Lucia Police Force. I'd like to say good night to our Police Commissioner, Mr. Daisy. How are you doing, sir? Our deputies, Mr. Shalry, Ms. Pelius, our ACPs, Mr. Nicholas, Dr. Seeley, Mr. Thomas. Good night to you. Mr. Philip, good night to you. Our Gazette officers, inspectors, sergeants, corporals, constables, good night to you. Special police constables, special reserve police officers, good night to you. City police, good night to you. Former police officers, good night to you all. Our brothers and sisters in law enforcement, Bodley Correctional Facility, Fire Service, Customs, Port Police, good night to you all. Last Thursday, we were not able to have a show as Choice TV, being one of those authorized to broadcast our 2022 Carnival activities, had to broadcast the Queen Show. And I hope that you have been enjoying the activities thus far. I have been taking it all in, albeit from the comfort of my couch, but I do hope that everyone stays safe as the activities continue. Tonight we have lots of mass crowd events. I know of Euphoria going on in Beauséjour. There's another event at Shangri-La, and I even noticed there's another event more in Moshi. So I know that apart from the security being paid to be at those events, that the police, especially those in the north, and the special patrol teams who are out, definitely have their work cut out for them. Good night to you, those of you who have logged into the chat. I see here Ivy Mitchell, Victor C. Anthony, Misty Jeremy, Amanda Charles. Good night to you all. We are live on Choice TV. This is where you tell a friend to tell a friend. I have an amazing guest with me tonight, not a stranger to Police Insight, but before I introduce him, we're just going to take care of the usual tidbits of Police Insight. Let's see, we have some press releases that I'd like to get to. There we go, let's go. You know technology sometimes. Okay, so there was a drug interception been reported by our organization on Sunday, July 10th, 2022, a joint operation involving officers attached to the Drug Unit, Special Services Unit, and the Police Marine Unit, resulted in the interception of cocaine valued about $3 million. The intelligence-driven operation was conducted at Landscock Beach in Dennery. 100 blocks with a combined weight of 116 kilograms of suspected cocaine was seized, and one individual was arrested in connection with the seizure. Titus Alfred of Victoria Street, Dennery, was formally charged with possession of a controlled drug, to wit, cocaine, and possession of a controlled drug with intent to supply, contrary to the Drug Prevention and Misuse Act. The defendant will be escorted, or has been escorted, to the district court for a bail hearing That was on Tuesday, July 12, 2022. So we continue to work as much as we can. And I saw certain postings on social media concerning that press release where individuals are stating, oh, this individual's name is being mentioned, and we recently had a discovery of a lot of drugs in a container up north, and nobody's name was mentioned. I wish to educate the public that the only time individuals' names are mentioned is when they are formally charged with an offense. When they are formally charged with an offense. If a matter is still being investigated, the police press office will not release the names of suspects or anybody that's assisting with the investigation. It's only when you are formally charged. And the exception to that rule is that of sexual offenses, where the law prohibits the press, the media, from broadcasting the name of the perpetrator or the victim who has been involved in a sexual offense. Okay, we have the basic SSU course. We have a press release. It says on Monday, July 4, and I think we have some pics. On Monday, July 4, 2022, the Royal St. Lucia Police Force commenced its Special Services Unique Basic Course. The 6-week paramilitary training course is being conducted at the St. Lucia Fire Service Training School with a total of 30 participants, of which 25 are males and 5 are female. At the opening ceremony, the participants were greeted by Inspector Irvin Mason, the course chief instructor, and SSU South Subunit commander. Expectations of participants, the significance and demands of the upcoming week so emphasized by Superintendent Troy Lamontine, the commander of the SSU. The course is designed to build the requisite capacity to prevent and respond to our current crime and security challenges through intensive physical, tactical, and technical training. The rigorous program includes areas such as combat fitness, land navigation, use of force, first aid, firearm training, internal security, and critical incident report writing. The program will also feature a heavy emphasis on human rights and ethics. On completion, it is expected that the individuals who have successfully undergone the training will become better equipped to respond to the changing threat environment through an understanding of and development of paramilitary skills and tactics. The planning of the exercises was sanctioned by the Commissioner of Police, Milton Daisy, about 12 months ago, and he is pleased to see that the course has commenced with a program that will undoubtedly groom skilled police officers who will contribute immensely towards the force's efforts in crime reduction and overall security, citizen security. So those officers who are doing that course, good job. I wish you all the best. I know it's very demanding, and we know that once it's completed, you'll definitely put all your skills into use. Then we have, well, folks, yesterday we had our 2022 Commissioners Parade under the esteemed leadership of our Police Commissioner, Mr. Milton Daisy. And we have a press release. On Wednesday, July 13, 2022, Commissioner of Police Milton Daisy hosted the first Commissioners Parade for the year 2022. The parade included a ceremony for commendations, awards, and promotions. A total of 98 officers received commendations in various categories outlined below. 1. Regional Security System, RSS medals for service in Bahamas in the aftermath of Hurricane Dorian. RSS medals for humanitarian assistance, disaster relief, and security-related operations following the eruption of La Soufrière volcano in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. High commendation and award for acts of tremendous bravery during execution of duty. Commendations for exceptional work carried out with skill accompanied by prompt action or tireless investigation. And last but not least, awards for outstanding performance. Accompanying the commendations, promotions were announced for 79 officers. 22 Special Reserve Police officers were promoted to the rank of Special Police Constable. 27 Special Police Constables were elevated to the rank of Police Constable. And then we have 6 individuals, no, let me take it from the bottom there. 13 individuals were promoted to corporals, 11 were promoted to sergeant, and 6 police officers were promoted to the rank of inspector. The Commissioner of Police congratulated all persons elevated in rank and commended all officers for their dedicated service. He implored officers to continue recognizing the current crime situation and committing and hopes that they would commit themselves to the challenge of restoring law and order. He went on to wish them every success in their new roles and added responsibilities. And I could tell you folks, myself and newly promoted Sergeant Ann Joseph, we were the master and mistress of ceremonies. And I have been through a couple parades, commissioners' parades, and I've never seen, not to my knowledge, a police commissioner brought to the point of teary eyes. I mean, all the commissioner couldn't do was just let them flow, if you know what I mean. But the emotion that he displayed was very evident, and I guess it was just overwhelming for him, as there are some of those officers who have been at a particular rank for years and years and ages of years. So to see that they finally got elevated, I believe that it got to our police commissioner. After all, he is human. So let us continue. We have our Know Your Laws for this evening. And our Know Your Laws is actually tied in with the guest that I have this evening. So let's get to it. Our Know Your Laws for this evening is coming from the Maritime Areas Act. Okay, and we're looking at Section 18 of the Maritime Areas Act, and it is entitled Engaging in Proscribed Activities Prohibited. It says, 1, subsection 1, a foreign vessel shall not, while in the territorial sea, and without the permission of a competent authority given to the master of the vessel, engage in any proscribed activity. Subsection 2 says, where a foreign vessel, in contravention of subsection 1, engages in any proscribed activity, the master of the vessel and any other person on board the vessel participating in that activity each commits an offense and is liable on conviction to a fine of $20,000. Yeah? $20,000, and that's contrary to Section 18 of the Maritime Areas Act. Now, people, when it comes to maritime and the sea, I don't know nothing about that, but my guest tonight will definitely, I will ask him what are proscribed activities, and probably he'll expand a little bit more on that section. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a very short break. We're going to take that break now, and when we come back, my guest. Stay tuned to Police Insight.
Vision Express Carnival Mania, July 1st to 16th. Get a free second pair or get a chance to win up to 100% discount on glasses at all Vision Express stores. Rodney Bay, Gablewoods, Castries, and Viewfort. Call 457-7400 or visit us on Facebook. Spend $800 or more on your glasses and choose either a free second pair of glasses or play the in-store game and win. Call 457-7400 or visit us on Facebook. Terms and conditions applied, cannot be combined with any other offer.
St. Lucia, get ready for the biggest event for the Carnival season, Family! With live performances by Voice, TJ, the Up Boss,
Bitcoin, flipping money, so we do the line. Tell us them need not worry about nothing. As long as me got life, I'm doing okay.
Skinny Fabulous,
Cause you inside the party, whining on your new man.
Ace Abandon,
Do something crazy, do something crazy.
and the famous Gallery segment,
Call an after pill.
Family! Family! Hosted by Maureen. Get your tickets now. Capital Kitchen Restaurant and Bar on the Chaussee. Steve's Barbershop, The Dollhouse, Empire 758, Chickwizard, and at all the cell locations. Castries, Rodney Bay, and View Fort. St. Lucia, the #1 show for the Carnival season returns. Family! July 16th.
Tasty. Delicious. Local fried chicken. Available at Massey stores and Mega. Lunch just became more affordable with portion sizes starting as low as $8 per portion. Check it out near the deli at Massey stores. Enjoy. Massey stores. Our family serving your family.
Prepare for the hurricane season by ensuring trees and other objects on your property won't get tangled in overhead wires. Be careful. Ensure ladders and tools don't come within 10 feet of power lines. If a tree is near electrical lines, don't try to trim it yourself. Contact Lucelec at 452-2165 or 454-6617. Be smart. Stay safe.
Welcome back to Police Insight. Your host here, Acting Inspector Zachary Hippolyte. We're live on Choice Television. Just before I introduce my guests, some quick shout-outs. Mikey Michel from Choiseul, Michael Michel from Choiseul, Jason Fletcher from Soufre, good night to you. I'd like to say also a special good night to my good friend Josiah. Condolences to you, my brother, and your family on the passing of your mother, Madeline Delphine. So stay strong, my brother. I know how it is. I've been there. It's definitely not an easy thing in losing one's mother. So condolences to you, my friend Josiah from Lafayette. All right, so people, without further ado, good night, all of you in the chat. It's a giveaway night also, you know. That's going to happen probably. We're not going to take too long to do the giveaway because we know the show goes up until after 10, so we want to make sure that some of you have the opportunity and not go to sleep, if anything. But I know my show is always exciting, but I know y'all already. Y'all probably have worked hard. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce my guest for the night, and none other. Last time he was here, I believe he was an inspector. I believe so. Yes, he was. And tonight, joining me, newly promoted, is Superintendent Kentry Frederick, our police marine commander. Good night to you, sir.
Good night. How are you doing?
Welcome, Super. You went from inspector to Super. Does that mean you have new powers, sir? Definitely new responsibilities.
Let's say that way. I remain me. I remain me.
Yeah, okay. Yes. Good night to you, sir.
Good
welcome.
Night. Thank you for having me. Thank you for the invite to the program. I did promise months ago that I would be here, but you know, with the maritime sector, we're always busy around the clock. Good night to the police commissioner and the other ranks and file of the Royal St. Lucia Police Force. Likewise, our friends throughout RSS and the other partner nations. So we always appreciate the fact that we can get an opportunity to share a few seconds with you out of 24 hours. So thank you very much for having me. Excellent,
sir. And we have a lot of important things to discuss, people, you know, because we're in the Carnival season, etc. But Superintendent, I know you took note of our Know Your Laws, and I need to remind people it's the Nathan Teamet Know Your Laws. I can't forget my buddy there. That spoke to foreign vessels getting involved in proscribed activities, which is prohibited. Could you expand a little more on that for us, please?
Okay. From time to time, if we were to go back to the laws, international laws, which St. Lucia is a signatory to most of those conventions, because you would understand that a vessel coming from Norway, Martinique, the U.S., or bound to, they have to abide by international shipping laws and the Maritime Act. So this prescribed laws make mention to activities that are not come on to the harbor.
I see.
Right. And then it's not just a matter of the captain or the owner, because under the international laws, you would remember, if I said the last time that Rule 2, if nothing would be remembered on the international law, that nothing in the rules, international law prohibits the captain, shall exonerate the captain, the owner, the master, the crew thereof from any consequences of any neglect or any precautionary measure which may have been taken to avoid. And then the list goes on. So you're looking at stuff to do with hazardous material, whether it's intentional or non-intentional. You're looking at threats to the harbor. You're looking at shipping. You're looking at handling of passengers or cargo. If you may put it within Castries Harbor, the context of Castries Harbor, an individual shifting a container from one side to the other, if there is hazardous material and it falls into the sea, you have an immediate impact of food security being tampered with in the waters of Castries Harbor. As soon as that hazardous material goes west, because the wind blows out of Castries Harbor, immediate impact on Sandals and the other beaches and the other resorts along our coastline. So you must have laws in place to prevent these things from happening. But if it does happen, there are consequences to it. Not just the $20 fine, but more than that.
Actually, 20,000.
20,000 fine. Okay, we're on the same page.
Yes,
so
yes.
even as we speak to that, and it would tie up into Carnival. Carnival activities coming in next week. So we want to make, at least later in the program, known some of the things that are not permitted, even while persons are having fun. While the RSLPF is not a ban or a promoter of the Carnival activity, but we have a job to do, and we have to ensure that persons remain within that. So when we speak of proscribe, I'll just list a few. You have refining, manufacturing, transporting, threatening, storing, handling, disposing, transferring, producing, processing, recycling, and many other forms of hazardous material or anything which may result in intentional or unintentional omission in the harbor. So for persons who believe you have some old oil you change from your car and you just throw it into the harbor, all those things make, it makes life difficult for us. So we have to speak to it within context, and hopefully we all should be happy.
Excellent. Superintendent, we recently experienced, sadly, the untimely death of a citizen whose vehicle plunged into the seas. That's at Tapio area there. From what we understand, well, from the information received, she was trapped inside and she succumbed. First of all, sir, your reaction to such incident?
It's always shocking. It's always sad. And unfortunately, I have had the task over the years to break the news to the families. So we were at a heads of department meeting at headquarters when I got the call on, I think it was Monday or Tuesday last week. So we immediately dispatched a vessel and a team to that area, because our response time out of the base would be within 3 minutes of receiving a call. So we dispatched immediately. Upon arrival, we had a vessel out on patrol. We had a land team. The lady was seen in the vehicle. Unfortunately, within 2 to 3 minutes, if you were trapped, you would have succumbed to drowning. So she was identified by a gentleman who knew her and who knew the vehicle. I'm hoping he's okay, because he was distraught. So I went to the house. I spoke to the mother, which just could not believe that the daughter had gone. But for us, it is always a soul moment, because we have to look at the loss of a human life. We have to look at the families that are left behind. The law enforcement aspect of it as to what are the circumstances surrounding the incident, and make the appropriate adjustments where the individual. So after that meeting, as soon as I got the meeting, the notification, I left and I went to the point and to ensure that the processes were done according to what the law would provide. And what we are saying to persons who are going in the Tapio area, it's a very, very nice place to relax, but then unfortunately, if you just the vehicle happened to go on the grass, then it could end up in the harbor.
In quick time.
In quick time. You will not be able to stop it.
Wow.
So whereas I know the government have made some measures in terms of one or two little adjustments, wall barriers, but the government cannot do all. So we're looking at corporate citizens, we're looking at persons who are financially able, maybe have a talk with the Ministry of Transport, Communications, Transport, or whatever it would be, to look at probably some railing for that area, because it's a really nice recreational area. If you sit in there on the morning or afternoon, you see the aircraft landing, you see the cruise ships, fishermen going in and out. So it's a nice area to just, and safe area too. So unfortunately, but it was sad for us also.
Will you be able, sir, to provide any tips for us if we were to find ourselves in a situation where our vehicle has plunged into the sea and now you're trapped? Is that actually a death sentence, or there are certain things you can do that could probably cause you to save your life?
It's not a death sentence, but it may sound crazy. So your car is plunged into the sea or river or something of the sort. The first thing you must do is to remain calm.
Wow.
Which is the opposite of what most people do. So you remain calm. While this is happening, you may still have a little bit of electricity. You try to bring down the window. You will not be able to open the door because of the water pressure surrounding the vehicle. You release the buckle, and then you try to swim out of the vehicle through the window, away from what is happening at a 45, at a 30-degree angle, and try to reach the surface. So it is something that, you know, you just have to maintain your cool, because a bad situation has happened. So you just try to maintain your cool and try to work out of it. The harder you work to get out of it, more than likely you will not survive. Yes. And
one of the, like the superintendent said, try to remain calm. That is easier said than done, but he is so correct, because in that situation, the panic is only going to make it worse. Yes. I actually saw a video, sir, I don't know how practical it is, on YouTube, where an individual actually used the end of the seat belt, the buckling end, to break the glass. Try and break the glass. Right. So maybe that's something that we could also, but that must be a very
because
scary.
For a moment or two you will still have a little power running through the window. So if you can just bring down your window, that's if the car have not flipped.
And that's where staying calm is important.
Yes, you remain calm. You know, all you have to do, bring down the window, release your seat belt, and swim out of the window, and then take your time to go.
Excellent. So we continue our interview, and don't forget, like I said, we have a giveaway. It's going to come, and for those of you who are not aware of the questions, when we open up the lines, you'll be able to call in, and we have at least 3 questions. Number 1, name 4 commanders who have been in charge of the police marine unit. 4 commanders who have been in charge of the police marine unit. 2, how many commanders have managed the police marine unit since its inception? And 3, what was the name of the police marine vessel that was destroyed by fire in 1981? When you call the commander, the superintendent, the commander will choose which question he's going to ask you. And if you are successful, you shall have the opportunity, an amazing opportunity, of getting a tour, a guided tour of the police marine base, and also a ride with our police marine officers on one of our patrol boats. And that is subject to a background check on who you are. You know, we'll be taking care of that, because we want to make sure that deserving individuals get that gift, okay? What we're going to do, we're going to take another break, and when we come back, some more very important questions from my guest, and then we'll have our giveaway. Stay tuned to Police Insight.
Your path to your future may not always be clear, but in BOSL Investment Banking, you have a partner that can help determine your way forward. We are right here with you, providing tailored financial advice to pursue your goals and secure your future. At BOSL Investment Banking, our priority is managing your life plan with the highest care. We promise that regardless of your goals, we will find a way.
Red Unlimited and Radio Caribbean International present Color Me Red, the story at the Darren Sammy Cricket Ground on Friday, July 15th. Headlined by the most featured international soca artist at Color Me Red, Patrice Roberts and the A-Team Band. Patrice Roberts. Also featuring Nadia Batson. Nadia Batson. Lyrical. Ricardo Drew. Moto, Tedison John, Sedale, Ezra, Arthur, Invasion Band, Hyper D, and more. Early bird tickets $125, regular $150, VIP $400. Tickets are available at ticketpal.com. TM Antoine Partners, The Cell, Radio Caribbean International, and Steve's Barbershop. Color Me Red, the story. Friday, July 15th at Darren Sammy Cricket Ground. Sponsored by
Welcome back to Police Insight. Your host there, Acting Inspector Zachary Hippolyte. In studio is our Police Marine Commander, Superintendent Kentry Frederick. And I've been monitoring the chat. I know there was going to be a lot of reaction when the Super stated that you knew in that situation, the first thing is that you got to stay calm. Guys, I know it's hard, but sadly, that's one of the best things that you could do. Whilst we were on the break, we got some information that the superintendent would like to share with us, so that there might be some incident at sea, and your team is currently out. Could you share with us what's going on?
Absolutely. This evening, we got a call. I think a few gentlemen, maybe 2 or 3 from the Canaries ancillary area, they were out fishing earlier during the day, and they had mechanical failures. But we have always advised before, if you have an issue, you don't need credit on your phone. You dial 911-999, and the call will be passed on to us. But unfortunately, they called friends, and the friends didn't get them, but we only got the call like 8 o'clock tonight. So as we speak, we have a vessel out there in search of the distress fishing vessel and the persons on board. But with our data working on set and drift in terms of the wind speed, condition, currents, we are hoping to get them during the course of tonight. What makes it a little more challenging is the weather condition, because visibility with the rain coming down would be a bit poor. So we have Sergeant Dillis, Corporal Martin, which was promoted yesterday, obviously out there, and a team of men out on what we call the Protector, the vessel that is designed to withstand that kind of condition, you know, to serve the people of St. Lucia. So the vessel is not ours. It's been maintained by the taxpayer, so we have to be out there morning, noon, and night. So we're hoping that the family would just be comforted, because we're out there searching for the missing persons.
My goodness, we really do hope that they are found and returned safely. And whilst you're on this, our Carnival season has commenced. Boat rides are expected. What should the citizenry know when organizing boat rides? First of all, organizing the boat ride, and you, the patron, who's going to take part in such a ride, especially in this season of revelry.
Right. We were looking at it from the beginning of, I think, April, May, when boat rides were being announced. So I have a little bit of information on paper. It's a little too much to hold, but I will try as much as practicable, so our citizenry can get a fair picture of what we're speaking about. So persons who want to engage in boat rides, it's not just a matter of organizing the boat rides, selling the tickets. What you have to do, especially the organizer, find out how many persons that the vessel is licensed to carry. We have, from the maritime point of view, which include Air and Seaport Authority, the Marine Unit, and also 1 or 2 other little organizations. The lighthouse must be involved. The pilot must be involved. So for the dispatch of the vessel, we need to know what time you leave in, where you're leaving from, how many persons on board. The security plan dictates that you have your own security personnel on board and police officers. Because remember, we are custodians of the law. So what we have this carnival season is a heavy boat ride schedule. So we're looking at from Friday, which is tomorrow into Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. If all goes well, based on the tickets that are sold, you're looking at mass crowds being out there. With a little excess of 3,000 persons on various boat rides. That can be a bit overwhelming, but we will use our assets to monitor and to ensure that persons do what they're supposed to do. Now, in as much as the law prohibits persons from misbehaving on the vessel, we can extract an individual or two. And we would prefer that persons behave themselves. But where there are more than one individual who choose to misbehave on the vessel, you have to look at the security factor in terms of the police officers on board, our vessels, our individuals, and the persons enjoying themselves. So where that becomes a problem, the message that the unit is sending out, as long as there is misconduct on the vessel, that boat ride will be sent back into port. It will be sent back.
The entire ride?
The entire ride. So if you have friends on board that refuse to behave themselves, the vessel will be sent back into port. If the captain chooses to be defiant, the license of that vessel will be revoked.
Wow.
The individual will be arrested. Both the owner, the captain, the master, the crew, and the individuals who are misbehaving. So there is room at Ancillary Police Station, Canris Police Station, Soufrière Police Station, Marchand Police Station, Babono Police Station, and in the worst case scenario, the cell in Vieux-Fort, which is very big, has space for a large number of persons. But we would prefer if persons behave themselves, enjoy your boat ride. All we are here to do is to ensure that you comply with the law, you have fun, and remain within the realm where you are safe. But we will not tolerate any kind of misconduct on vessels. So we are sending the message out there, go out there, have your fun if you so choose to be on a boat ride, but understand that it will not be accepted.
So organizers definitely have a responsibility to ensure that their ride is definitely safe, because I know in that, like we like to say, guava season, persons who have already spent their monies, etc., so they will not like to see that they have to return back to port and not make money.
So an entire boat ride can be sent back to port and persons disembark. The boat ride is cancelled as a result of the misconduct of one or two individuals. So we are saying to persons who are going out there, be forewarned, because we will be out there. We have gone through one or two dry runs in terms of controlling the Castries Harbor, what goes in, what goes out. If you look at Saturday, you're looking at Carnival, the Spirit of Carnival, Queen of Carnival, Sunkiss. There are two foreign vessels, the Sky Float, the Ambiance, and the Go Tango. All those vessels will be out at once. So we have to coordinate that. The final port of destination, we will be determining that with SLASPA tomorrow. And it all boils back to the very first question you had in terms of the use of Castries Harbor.
Yes.
So we have to look at it within the security plan, and you would be aware, Inspect, that the security plan and the structure for the Carnival was issued this afternoon.
Yes.
So we have to serve the citizenry of St. Lucia well. So we will not accept anybody misbehaving as a result of their own perception of what they should be doing. What I need to bring forward again, there are times where a boat ride is organized, and upon the return or while the boat ride is on the way, you have persons using pirogues or small boats to go alongside.
Yes,
this will not be tolerated. It will not be tolerated. If a few persons choose to pay for a boat ride, they are supposed to enjoy the boat ride in peace. So to bring a boat alongside, it is called piracy, and we will be dealing with it to the point. We will deal with it. So we're asking persons, if you have not paid to go on a boat ride, it's not the Marine Unit purview to decide if you go or not. But as long as a vessel is moving on a boat ride, no other vessel will be permitted to come alongside.
Okay, tough words there from the police Marine Commander people, so spread the word, you know, and it is very serious. We have to do what we have to do to ensure the safety of all involved, especially when it comes to boat rides. So on the days of the parade of the bands, you know, sometimes the waterfront, we see the boats are docked there. How should individuals conduct themselves in that section at the waterfront?
Okay, so on the Carnival Monday and Tuesday, we have our security plan set up. I think persons who would have gone through the Castries Harbour around 5 or 6 p.m. this evening or a little thereafter would have seen 3 of our vessels just going through. We intend to run a routine to ensure that all vessels that are coming into Port Castries conduct themselves in a manner as prescribed by the Port Authority and the Chief Pilot. There may be a cargo vessel or 2 within that day. So Castries Harbour is a no-wake zone, which means persons who are permitted to enter Castries Harbour will do so at very slow speed. I know we have the schedule for the Carnival group of companies, that is Spirit of Carnival, Carnival Endless Summer. Those persons have given us the vessels and the number of persons that they intend to have alongside the waterfront.
Okay.
Excuse. We also have Sandals, which is an annual partaker of the waterfront. We also have some of the other persons who tie, they bring guests from so on. So just imagine you come to the Castries Harbour and you're speeding and rocking. Somebody can fall overboard. Somebody can get hurt. So we will be handling our Castries Harbour, and I use our Castries Harbour because it belongs to St. Lucians, not just a few. We'll be handling that with at least 3 of our vessels to ensure that persons comply with that. We also have another plan in the event an individual, probably unfortunately, fall in the water to try to rescue that individual. I think at the security brief, the Sans Souci Bridge will not be allowed to have any bystanders on the bridge. So the possibility there is that wide area with the big national flag sometimes before and after the bridge, persons can stand there if they so choose to. But there will be the police officers patrolling that area. Likewise, the Sans Souci Bridge would only remain for persons who are in the band, parading the band, get out over the bridge, continue while the other band. So the police will be monitoring the bridge. When it comes to the Castries waterfront, the edge, the wall, we are going to restrict the number of persons that are standing in that area. I think on the side next to the government building, you have much more space there, so we will control that. Unfortunately, or fortunately, I would be the officer in charge of the sub area to the market and go around. So
well for some it's unfortunately. Well, we're happy to be there.
Right. So what I'm saying, we will be in good stead, but all I require of persons to understand, I have 2 unique responsibilities, that of the Castries Harbour to maintain the security on the water and also the land. So I am hoping that the person don't cross any of those paths and remain good. But generally, from what we are seeing on the maritime point of view, the boat rides have been very, very heavily populated.
Yes.
And there are a few persons in society, when they do well, you must commend them publicly. So you're looking at Peter Burns, you're looking at Devo, I forget his first name, you're looking at the gentleman from Sandals, you're looking at the Hackshaws, you're looking at the guys from Rendezvous. Whatever they have been doing over the past few months, they understand that this is what is required. So for persons coming in to Port Castries, if you are coming from Soufrière, you decide to come and watch Carnival or whatever, Port Castries, understand we will be telling you at what speed to travel and where to disembark and embark your passengers. So we will be there way ahead of Carnival in terms of the time, and we will be there way after.
Yes.
So we're not going home. We are at work and we will be there until such time. So I'm encouraging persons to be on their best behavior and then make our job and their lives much easier.
We are going to take another short break, and when we come back, we're going to open up the lines. It's giveaway time. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Stay tuned.
This is the year to be counting solutions reminded. We must stop at these effects.
Hi, I am Ajani Lebon, First Vice President of the St. Lucia National Youth Council, and I'm encouraging youth all across the island, young professionals, students, members of the National Youth Council, artisans, young athletes, youth throughout the length and breadth of this country to participate in the National Population and Housing Census for 2022. This is a very important activity, and we want to ensure that all young people who can contribute are open and willing to do so.
Look at God, they certainly see. God, they certainly see.
Hi, I am Humadi. Join us every Friday right here on Choice TV for Mass Attack Live. The music, the queens, the costumes, the fete, all the excitement of Carnival right here on Mass Attack Live from Perth.
As variants of COVID-19 continue to evolve, Lewis Industries Limited remains resolute in offering the best cleaning solutions recommended by EPA to reduce the spread of the virus. Our disinfectants, EnviroCare and Conquer Byram, which are highly recommended to sanitize, disinfect and deep clean surroundings, will ensure you operate in a safe and healthy environment. With over 3 decades of experience in cleaning and consultancy services, we guarantee you trusted products and quality service. Call us at 450-4060. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, or our website at www.lewisindustrieslimited.com.
Welcome back to Police Insight. Your host here, Acting Inspector Zachary Hippolyte, with our Police Commander, Superintendent Kentry Frederick. We are now going to open up the lines. Call-ins, just open up the lines, just put the number on the screen. Let's see if we could get some calls who wants to attempt at our giveaway. So we have someone on the line. Good night, good night.
Good evening, gentlemen.
How are you doing, sir?
Good evening.
Not too bad. I'm very much elated and happy to see a product of the Leon Hess Secondary Comprehensive School blossom in that Commander Kentry.
How are you doing, sir?
Not too bad. It has been a long, long time, and I'm definitely going to visit the base again. I haven't been on the base for a long time, and I just want to commend you and congratulate you and others I understand who have also been promoted within the Royal St. Lucia Police Force. It's very good to see someone like you, who I know started down there and now you're up there. That says a lot for the movement within the force.
Thank you.
Yes, and I want to dare warn my fellow St. Lucian brothers and sisters out there. I am also a man of the water. That is my area of work. And I can tell persons that for sure they need to behave themselves when it comes down to the water. That's what my grandmother used to always say to me.
Yes, yes.
And I like the fact that you have laid out the plans and the controls that you and the force have put in place especially around the water's edge from the land standpoint to the water side, as well as holding the boaters to task and speaking to the law of who is held responsible. Because sometimes I think captains and crew and owners think, the issue is not for me, but for this one, he's the captain or I'm the owner. The issue, it's complex, it's comprehensive. I also want to say that one of the areas I'm concerned with is that of lifeguards on these vessels. And I say that as a member of the St. Lucia Life Saving Association, as an executive member.
Okay. Am I supposed to think your initials would be TC?
You're on the ball, my dear friend. Right. You're on the ball.
Okay.
Yes, it is I. And I say that because little has come across our end. So please take a look at that and ensure all is in place. They may have some persons posing as, but again, we're the sole body for clearing that area or giving that okay. We've gotten a few, but not all. So I'm just bringing that across, because that area needs to be reinforced. But I don't want you to ask me a question, although I would prefer the commander's question, but I don't want you to ask. I wanted to see how many people can, take to that and how much persons can remember going back in the days. It's a good question area, good history, and I would love to see someone get an opportunity to be out on the water and see what it takes for the Marine unit to execute its job. And I like the fact that you speak to the unit as that of ours, that of St. Lucians, and that says a lot about you.
Thank you.
Most welcome. Yes. Acting Inspector Zachary,
yes, sir.
Keep doing your part as well.
Thank you, sir. And very soon I will give you an invite, sir, to come on the show for us to have a discussion on life saving and bodyguards and all that. Okay.
And I almost asked whether or not he was reading through one of the documents I have there. Yes. So for persons who would have passed near the unit between yesterday and today, you would have noticed a bright orange looking vessel, so to speak, near the southwest jetty. We actually embarking on a safety of life at sea course, which we will, the Deputy Commissioner, Mr. Shalry, have asked me to engage that. So we will start with viewport and we'll go around. So the bright orange thing, it's similar to what's on the cruise ship in the event you have a distress out at sea.
Very good, very good.
So we will be rolling out
the lines go. Gentlemen,
okay,
have a blessed one.
Have a good night, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, so Port Authority was gracious enough to donate that vessel to us, so we will be working towards that for both police and civilians.
Excellent. The number is 4560306, 4560306. You could call with a contribution, comment, but we'd like you to take a shot at our giveaway. Good night to you. Hello.
Good night.
How are you doing, sir?
Good, well, boss.
How are you doing? Everything okay?
And let me say, hats off to your commander, man.
Yes, yes.
He's going to give a little help before the police yard. So he didn't talk him. But Mr. Commander, I think you should have a little look too for your both sides people. Okay, it's nice to leave the wharf or the harbor if needed. That's no problem. But when they are pushing like the harbor, to cut down the big harbor. It's annoying some people living in Sofia when they are pushing just in Sofia and then they're blaming the everybody lie down. Now the person Sofia should be there to tell them, hey, people are super ready. I tell them, let not be here, you did not both sides. Defending are defending, but night time. The music is louder at a top pace. So I am saying, when they are pushing the harbor in Sofia at night, please, if it's cut down the music, and make sure the police in Sofia it is done, because it is a combination when the guys come and go to the boat and comedy on. Now, Mr. Commander, how often do you patrol the East Coast side? How often?
The East Coast?
Yeah. Very often, that is the Atlantic there?
Daily?
Yeah. Daily?
Daily. St. Lucia is very porous, so if you're looking at rain falling with a strainer, you will have some drops going through. But going back to a point you made earlier in terms of soufre, part of the control plan, tomorrow I'm supposed, God's willing, I'm supposed to have a discussion with Mr. Shalry, the officer in charge of soufre. So there will be control measures, including the Soufre Regional Development Foundation, in terms of the control of the movement of persons in and out of Soufre. We are looking at increasing the volume of the music, if you want, from the point at Anchasne going round, because Soufre is similar like a cup, whatever is right. So we will be giving out a plan in terms of persons disembarking, persons re-embarking on vessels. You would appreciate, I will not give you the precise number, but for example, Saturday, if all goes according to the list that we have, you will look at hundreds of persons on several boat rides. So you're looking at 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 vessels that's supposed to be out in Soufre. All of them have in excess of 100 persons. I think the ambience and if the pull goes down there, we don't have a schedule as yet. We're hoping to finalize that tomorrow, God's willing. You're looking at well above 2,000 persons. So we must control that. For persons who believe that we are only going to patrol the Castries Harbor, we are not. We will be in Soufre, monitoring the activities. One of the things we do is to run alongside the boat rides, dock ship, if you call it that way. As long as everything is okay, we will be there, but you will not see us. Right. So if everybody's enjoying themselves, everybody's behaving themselves, there's no need to know that we're out there. So the blue strobe light, when we use it, is just to let you know you need to check yourself a little bit. But as long as everything is happening according to the rules of the boat ride, then there's no need to know that we just maybe about 50 yards, 60 yards away from, but we're always out there.
Last but not least, Mr. Commander, I'm asking a question. The other guys, I mean, I know you're a main police officer, right? How many of them are top divers and good swimmers? I mean, I know to be a main police, you should be a good swimmer, right? And
I can still swim. At least at least I can still do, I think about 20 feet below the water without a tank. You'd understand I'm aged a bit, so I have to. That is why we have the vessel I spoke about earlier, the bright orange. Yes, so we'll be running the safety of life at sea, survival out at sea, the swimming classes, and all of that. So Mr. Shalry, Deputy Commissioner of Police, he have given me that responsibility added to what I have to ensure that we start that program as soon as the Carnival season is over. I think he said the 1st of August, somewhere there. So we will be putting some stuff out there so that persons can start registering at the different points, and we'll roll out the program, hopefully for a safer St. Lucia.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much, boss. Good night.
Thank you.
Good night, good night. Yes, we are still, I was just checking on some messages there. The number is 4560306, 4560306. You could call in to try your luck at one of our questions. You don't have to answer all 3 questions, just one of them, and then you could win yourself the opportunity for you to go on a tour of the Police Marine base. We have a call? Okay, let's take that call. Good night, caller.
Good night.
Good night, sir.
Good night, caller.
There was a discussion about trying to exit from a vehicle that has gone into the water. Do you recommend that persons invest in small flotation devices, like have 1 or 2 in their vehicle just in case? Because they're not very expensive, and if you have time, you can put one on.
It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt. If you are going to... Thank you, caller. If you are going to be in an area where you always most likely to come to the water's edge, there are persons who does not drive at waterfront at all. They would go up the Calvary past the chaussee just to avoid, the phobia of water. But it doesn't hurt to have a little life jacket on your front seat. Yes. So in the event that happens, you just grab as you go out.
I see.
Right, because the life jacket will come up. It will take you up. So all those little tips, a container, a bleach container that's a clean one, within that size, it does not hurt to have on board. These are little flotation devices that you can have because they will always guide you out of the vessel. So in the event like the Castries have an area with murky water, you will always get a little guide to take you out. What's important to you is to remain calm, swim away, and try to get to the water surface and remain afloat.
We have another call on the line. Good night, caller. Welcome to Police Inside.
Hi, good night.
Good night, caller.
Hello.
Good night.
Yes, go ahead, caller.
I
You're
called to
live.
answer the question.
Okay, Super, would you mind asking one of the questions?
Okay, one of the questions is, what is the name of the vessel that was destroyed
by fire?
By fire many years ago. I assume that person is very young, so maybe older than you were born.
Oh, well, I can answer the one with the Commanders and Inception.
She wanted to choose. Okay, let's give her number one, sir.
All right.
Okay.
Just one.
Yes.
Just one. Choose one and go ahead.
Okay, Winston Mitchell, Milton Daisy, John Preville, and Finley Leos.
Okay, 1 second.
And there were 7
No, hold on, caller. Hold on. Okay, you are answering question 1. Only one question, because we're trying to give 3 individuals a chance tonight, okay? So, for the one that speaks to, name 4 commanders who have been in charge of the Police Marine Unit. Give us the answer again.
Winston Mitchell, Milton Daisy, John Preville, and Finley Leos.
That is correct, caller.
That is correct?
That is correct.
Okay, Colin, are you able to...
And in the right order, too.
And in the right order, too. Colin, are you able to take the information of the individual of the air?
Beg your pardon?
Okay, what I needed to know is,
Okay,
are you
hold on.
older than 18 or younger?
Yes, I am.
Okay, if it's also open for persons who are young children from the age of 2, 3 up, as long as they can use a mobile device. What we would do is to ensure that they are accompanied by a parent or guardian for that. So we give it out from age 1 to 100.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, caller, so here's what you're going to do. Just hold on the line.
Ask her if she's willing to give the information on air.
Are you willing to give the information on air, caller, as in your name?
Yes, I would.
Okay, what's your name, caller?
Ingrid Mitchell.
Ingrid Mitchell. And where do you live?
Bocage Castries.
Okay, Bocage Castries.
But you say you.
Okay, but Colin, I don't want her to stay her number on the line.
Okay.
Online. So just hold on, caller. Hold on. The producer will get your phone number and we'll go to a break, okay?
Okay, no problem.
All right. Okay, just hold on.
That's very impressive in the right.
Dis-moi ça qui a affecté ou. Dis-moi problème pays a. Dis-moi solution parce que moi savent ou savent. Dis-moi qui manière nous savons mener cette liste devant pour faire un bon place pour l'autre génération. Dis-moi ça qui a sous chèo. Dis-moi tous les samedis soirs à 6h30 à sous Choice.
You all right? Yeah, I'm good to go.
Are you the hunter or the prey?
Get over here! Hadouken! Even dragons look up to the sun.
Here we go again.
We heard you missed us, and we are excited to be back with Lifestyles with Candy Nicholas on Choice Media Network. We have great information on how to enhance your health and well-being. So join us every Monday at 7:30 p.m. as we discuss with experts on disease prevention, healing, staying fit, aging gracefully, the right foods and tools for health optimization, and keeping beautiful inside and out. Life-changing information, plus opportunities to win amazing health and wellness-related gifts. Join us Mondays at 7:30 p.m. Lifestyles with Candy Nicholas, only on Choice Media Network.
Okay, welcome back to Police Insight. We have a call already. Caller, are you there?
Hi, I'm there.
Yes, caller. Are you calling to take a chance?
Yes, I am.
Okay,
But I want to pick my question.
The only question we have left for now, because my viewers on WhatsApp are upset that I'm not giving them a chance. So, are you able to tell us, caller, what was the name of the police marine vessel that was destroyed by fire in 1981?
I think the answer is Rolling 2.
Wow. Is that correct, Suva?
That's correct.
Okay, caller, great job, great job. You have just one. And it's the ladies, huh?
The ladies.
Yeah, but I think the individual on WhatsApp might be a male. Caller, what is your name?
I don't want to give it on the
Okay, let me tell you what to do, caller. Can you add, can you send me a WhatsApp message right now?
What's the number?
72
Mm-hmm.
00
Mm-hmm.
401.
Okay, I'll do so right
So
away.
send me the message and just say, officer, I'm the one who just won the food question. Okay?
What's the initial?
Give me your initial. Don't tell me your name. What's your initial?
BC.
BC?
VC, yes.
VC.
D.
D?
Yes.
Okay, D as in darling.
Yes.
Okay, DC. All right, so just WhatsApp me and say this is DC so I could know you're the one, okay?
Okay, no problem. Thank you.
All right, bye-bye. And then we have someone on the WhatsApp who say they're attempting Superintendent question number 2 in terms of how many commanders have managed the police marine unit since inception. And this individual is saying 7.
7.
Is that correct, Super?
No, incorrect.
Okay, I'm so sorry, viewer. It is incorrect. It is, let me respond to you right away. It is not 7. It is not 7. Sorry about that. So if anyone else, we still have question 2 open. How many commanders have managed the police marine unit since inception? We have a call. Let's take that call. Good night, caller.
Yes, good night, yes.
Good night, sir.
Yeah, in the since the fire service does not own a fire boat, are the Marine Police equipped to fight shipboard and shoreline fires? Do you all have like the necessary pumps if like a ship was on fire? Could you all assist?
Presently, we don't have the. Thank you very much, caller. Presently, our biggest vessel largest vessel, so to speak, is the Protector, which is the 40-footer. Our Defender, lovely Defender, has been taken out of the water, probably to refurbish or retirement. But what we would do when we have, or if we have a fire, we engage the fire service so we can use their pumps on the deck of our vessel to provide the same service. But Defender, the Alphonse Reynolds, both of those vessels who are now out of the water, retired, they had the built-in pumps on board that you could have done the job. So at present, if there is a shipboard firefight activity to happen, we would use the deck of the Protector with the equipment to pump, to suck the water out of the sea, and then to use to handle the fire with the help of the fire service.
Excellent. Excellent. And the individual who won the question a while ago in terms of
the vessel?
The vessel, yes, she did contact me. So thank you so much for taking part. I will get in contact with you tomorrow. And this individual is very excited because they have how much emojis, smile and stuff like that. The lines are still open. How many commanders have managed the police marine unit since inception? We had someone on the WhatsApp platform, 7200401, 7200401, where they stated 7, and that was incorrect. We have a call. Let's take that call.
But when I call for question, you know.
Okay, no problem, my brother.
Okay.
Give your contribution.
Put some pressure on the commander.
Please do.
Commander.
Yes,
Why
sir.
you all have all them old police, all them old boats in the boat yard, all them old vehicles, old bikes? What are they doing? Sir, I don't auction side. You all have too many old vehicles there, old police, old boats, you all hold on the sea. You all just tag them there. How many old motorbikes? How many old cars? How many old vans? So I'm going to come and cut your fence and go and thief in the police yard, in the pound, the pound?
Right, the pound.
Yes. Last time they were shoot of some boy for coming and take bikes. It's either you sell them things, go with them things, keep the yard clean, but I looking at it. On the top ones, they can't move it like that, book no.
Okay. Caller, most of the vessels, thank you very much. Most of the vessels that are there, some of them have been seized by the state. Some of them, the matter is before the court. For the vehicles that are there, most of them, some are involved in illicit activities. Some of them are without licenses and insurance on the road. Most of the motorcycles who are there came through St. Lucia, not through the regular port of entry. So bravo to the traffic department, the highway patrol group, and the other police officers on the road. When those the motorcycles are found, they are not able to be sold as we would think, because they are not registered to be in St. Lucia. They didn't come through customs or through a legal port. So generally the AG's office at this time and the control of customs with the office of the Commissioner of Police, Ministry of Finance, they are determining what to do with them. We have recommendations where persons have made it, the use of it for artificial reef, and if that is granted, those motorcycles, that is, the pollutants, which is the oil and whatever, will be taken off and they will be disposed of a place to help us with artificial reef. So it's a delicate process, but sometimes it can be lengthy, caller. So just be patient with us. And we have the Castries City Council and the NCA. They have always given us a hand in terms of cleaning the place. And we, from time to time, do a little bit ourselves in terms of cutting the grass and so on. But for those persons who used to come to the pound to interfere with the bikes, maybe for criminal activities, I think the message is clear. It will not be tolerated. Things have happened. Persons have allowed themselves, if I may put it, to be injured, trying to think they could have come in there to get a bicycle or two. But then I think they should go the other way. If you want a motorcycle, go to courts, go to wherever else, win auto and buy a bike. Don't try, don't come. Yeah, so excellent. We are working towards that, caller. Thank you.
So someone on the WhatsApp texting platform has attempted, sir, to answer our second question, which is how many commanders have managed the police marine unit since inception? That's the key thing there, people. Since inception, from the beginning of the establishment of the marine unit. And this individual says 4. So is that correct?
Incorrect.
It's incorrect. It's not 4. So please try again. The WhatsApp texting platform, for those of you who want to try on WhatsApp, it's 7200401, 7200401, or you could call 4560306. We have a call on the line. Go ahead, caller.
Hi, good night.
Good night, caller. How are you doing?
I'm fine.
You want to take a try at the giveaway?
Yes.
Okay, so how many commanders have managed the police marine unit since inception?
9 commanders.
9 commanders. Are you sure? Is that what you're sticking with?
Yes.
Commander? Is it 9.5 or 8.5?
9.
9. Okay, you're correct.
Well, so we have another winner. Congratulations, caller.
Thank you.
Caller, do you have WhatsApp? I mean,
yes.
I know you. I actually even say, do you have? Of course you have. Let me tell you what you do, caller. What are your initials? Don't tell me your name. What are your initials?
KLB.
KL.
K.
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 KK.
KLB.
Oh, KLB. All right. So what I want you to do, WhatsApp me 7200401, 7200401. Tell me this is KLB, and then you'll give me all your information, all right?
No problem. Thank you.
All right,
okay, before you go, you care to mention the first 3, caller? Since you're so sure.
No.
Maybe you'd have gotten an extra treat from the super if you answered that.
So we can still extend to one additional person.
One additional person
Yes,
again?
if they
Okay.
can name the first three Marine unit commanders.
Okay, so thank you, KLB. Please WhatsApp me. Just WhatsApp me and say this is KLB, and we'll take it from there.
No problem.
Thank you very much.
Okay. 1 second, people. Okay. So, members, the viewers, we still have another question on the table. We still have we have some people that are saying, oh, they just answered 9. Some here are saying 9. We have about 3 or 4 individuals saying 9. You're a little too. No, we have about 3 people saying the answer is 9. We still have one more question. And what is that question?
The first 3 individuals.
Please WhatsApp me or call me and tell me who was the first 3 commanders of the Marine unit. We have a call?
Mr. Zachary?
Yes, my brother.
Is it Mr. Cox meeting the lady and Mr. Mitte?
Way before Mr. Cox, sir.
But, I know Mr. Mitte was there one time. The other lady there, I think is the leading judge or lady?
Okay, so you're looking at from Mr. Commander Andre Cox.
Yes,
which handed over to Commander Winston Mitchell. So I am thinking way before the persons. There were 3 persons prior to Commander Cox.
Okay, and also there was a lady, I think this Nadine.
Not a female.
Oh, okay. Well, I know where. Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
And one more time for KLB, if in case you did not get my WhatsApp number, it is 7200401. 7200401. Okay, and we have somebody who's trying to attempt the new question online. We need two more names, viewer. Okay, so the person has started. Okay, and give me a third one, viewer. Hurry. And then we will see if you are correct. The commander will take a look at your answers. Good night to you, Mr. Cyril Mosheri. He's not competing, but he's giving some answers there already. Okay, so KLB, thank you so much for contacting me.
Right, and in between commanders, you had persons who held on the fort, but the title or the position of commander was not bestowed upon them.
I see.
So you have persons like Mr. Wesley Joseph, you had Peter Joseph, you had Moses Jean-Pierre.
I see.
Those persons would have filled in while the commander is out or just prior to retirement. But the title, the rank and the title was not bestowed upon them.
It's almost like when we had Acting Commissioner Errol Alexander.
Right.
Yes, he was acting, but the title of commissioner was not bestowed upon him. Right. Well, we have a viewer here who have stated they wish to give a try. This individual is saying Commander Maxwell, Commander Critchley or Critchlow, not sure of the spelling, and Commander Hayward.
2 correct.
2 correct.
1 incorrect. 1 name incorrect.
I'm so sorry, viewer. I'm so sorry.
She was pretty close.
What's
but
up,
one
viewer?
of the names.
Yes, yes. So we have a call. Let's take that call. Good night, caller.
Good night.
Good night. How are you doing,
Hi,
sir?
good evening.
I'm doing all right, thanks.
Are you trying to take a chance on the giveaway?
No, I just want to ask a general question.
No problem.
Please
Go
do.
ahead, sir.
Thank you.
Sure.
Go ahead, caller.
Okay, I just wanted to find out, right? Well, actually, I want you to address the... Are you hearing me?
Yes, I
go
can.
ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay, I just wanted to address the issue we have, well, bikers, right? Want to know why are there so many double standards between bike accidents and car accidents? Because, for instance, right, if a bike is legal on the road, paying road tax, paying insurance, right, registered licensed driver, right, and in a vehicle accident, why
the first action for the police is always to just take the bike and leave with it, as opposed to if it's a car accident, that never happens. The owner has the right to this, well, I guess, to go with the vehicle because it's legal on the road, unless, I guess, if it's an illegal, if it's not insured or something. But that's always the case for bikers.
No, caller, your statement is not entirely correct. If you're referring to the number of bikes that we have in the pond, most of those bikes, in fact, from my fair knowledge of the logs and the information we keep, the bikes that are in the pond are bikes that are, sometimes you have a death and there's a dispute over who the actual owner is. Sometimes you have that bike that may have been sold and there was not a change of ownership. So these issues would have to be rectified before, you know, the matter is settled. But where you have bikes who are not registered to be in St. Lucia, who are not licensed or insured in St. Lucia, these are the majority of the bikes that we have. But from my personal experience, I know that there are several accidents involving motorcycles where at the end of the investigation on the scene by the traffic officer, the owner of the bike or relative otherwise, it all depends, would be permitted to get a wrecker and take the bike to the different destination. You have one or two unique instances where you cannot determine the owner of the bike because sometimes they leave it and run or sometimes other things happen. But majority of the times an accident is always treated as an accident. As long as the vehicle is motorable, it may be permitted to proceed, or if not, then on a wrecker.
Okay, caller? You okay, caller? You with that?
Yeah, I'm there. I just wanted to address that because it just seems to be the norm that if a bike accident, if it's a bike accident, this course of action is always to just take the bike and put it on a police vehicle and then impound it, and then I guess you put in your documents thereafter. But
right,
if
because
the bike is legal, if the bike is legal and insured on the road, why would the police need to go with my motorcycle? I'm legal on the road just like it's a motor vehicle, just like a car.
Majority of the times, the bikes that the police would bring to the pond are not registered, licensed, or insured.
Yeah.
Majority of the times, yes.
I beg to differ. I have a few friends who have had that similar experience.
I'm not saying it is impossible to happen, but as I said, majority of the times, yes.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay, caller. Thank you so much. Super, someone is still trying at your latest question, and the individual said Winston, Milton Daisy, and John Prevail.
No, that's way up the line, pretty close to me being in there. So we're looking at from 1990 up to Andre Cox. So before we had, and I will still give a little hint on that, they were all what you call loan service personnel, which they were from the British Navy. And at some point in time, we had the requisite training required to hand over the commandership to the first local commander, which was Andre Cox.
Okay, we have a call. Let's take that call. Good night, caller.
Hi, I'd like to take a stab at the competition, please.
Sure, no problem. Would you like to hear the question again?
I know it. It's okay. Name the three commanders.
From the beginning.
Yeah, it's Cox, Critchlow, and Hawkyard.
Before Mr. Cox.
Before Mr. Cox?
Yes, Mr. Cox was the fourth.
You're almost there, caller.
I don't remember the person before Mr. Hawkyard.
He's still alive. I saw him last year, so I have his picture on my phone.
Okay.
So I know he's still alive.
I can't figure it out.
And I will still give a little hint, initial PM.
Almost there, caller.
Is it Peter?
He's trying her best there.
I can't remember the surname, although you've given me the initials. But I know the two, the Critchlow and Hawkyard, definitely.
Okay, so you need to find out the first one, probably call again. You're very close, you're on the doorstep, you just need to hold the handle and walk in.
The one before Cox, right?
Right, before Cox. All three were before Commander. Yes, Commander Cox was the fourth.
That's correct.
Fourth, but the first local commander. Right.
All right, caller, please try again before we close.
Thank you, caller. So going back to our carnival duties, we want persons to go out there because we notice the time have actually...
Yes.
Right. We want persons to go out there and if they are partaking in the carnival celebration, do it in a manner which the law supports. I know discretion will be given, and exercise. However, we will have zero tolerance for frequent breach of the laws.
Excellent. Someone has just said if to show us the phone. I want to see the phone if the answers.
Okay, my phone is right here.
So they want the super to show the phone.
Okay, so I'm being fair. My phone is right here.
Okay, let me see if somebody else has the opportunity there. We have 2 minutes left on the show. Probably might not get a chance to get that very crucial last question. So can you quickly speak in 1 minute about overcrowding, overloading on a vessel?
Oh, yes. We will be watching the water line, which is a clear indication as to the load line, the amount of persons you're supposed to have. So most times you see a vessel have that dark patch and then the white line running along. It's just not design of the vessel. It is to determine the load capacity if you have reached it. Likewise, if you have more persons on the starboard side, which is the right side, or the port side, which is the port side, which is the left side, the bow, which is the front or the stern, the vessel will not be stable. And that in itself can result in an accident. One of the critical things that will be happening on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday is that we will be following the weather forecast as to monitoring the sea conditions. And if it is that the Met Office has issued a small craft advisory based on their professional advice, we may have persons to rearrange their boat ride, because we will not allow a vessel to be out there with 300-400 persons on board, resulting in a casualty as a result of swells and wave action. So that should not be too difficult for the organizers to do. You can always reorganize it on a weekend, which means everybody will be safe. So the message we're sending out there is, persons, if you do choose to go out, we will be working to ensure your safety. And remember, the state cannot afford to allow persons to falter, to destroy our fragile industry, because you have foreigners, you have locals, you have a number of persons participating in the carnival activities for this year. Unfortunately, not us, not me. I will be working.
Most of us.
Right. So we want persons to go out there and understand that there are persons, which I've mentioned names of a few, that have been complying with those rules. So it's not something new just for now. We have persons who are calling in, and there is one boat ride from my understanding that is scheduled to start at 1 or 2 in the morning. Whoever the organizer is, please call us as early as tomorrow, God's willing, 456-3870 or 456-3662. As the commissioner has said, there will be no Jouvet, so that boat ride at 2 o'clock, if it is actually scheduled, you need to have a discussion with us, because it will not happen. There has been no permission granted for a night boat ride starting at 1 or 2 in the morning. So you need to reach us, because nobody will be conducting a boat ride at this time of the night.
Okay, Commander, last try. Someone is saying, is it Mittel, Rich, Jabatis, and Leons?
Absolutely too far up the line.
So I'm so sorry if you tried, but we just... So we would like to say thank you to those who they won. You actually won the giveaway. And I'm not going to say your names. Don't forget, you are subjected to a background check. After doing that background check, I will submit a report to the police commander for approval, and then you will definitely be on your way to getting that excellent prize of a tour of the facility and an opportunity to be on the seas with our police marine officers. Commander, thank you so much for coming tonight.
Thank you very much.
Yes, and I know this is not...
I know they're waiting for the name of the previous phrase, so if time permits, I can
Please go ahead.
So I joined the unit in 1990, and the first commander was Peter Maxwell. That's why I said PM. The second, you had Nick Hockyard, and then you had Critchley, which hand over to Andre Cox, which was the fourth. And Andre Cox handed over to Mr. Mitchell, which was the fifth, which handed over to Mr. Milton Daisy, which was the sixth, John Prevail, number 7, Finley Leos, number 8, and I am number 9.
So it's definitely 9. Thank you so much, sir, and we definitely will be seeing you again. Probably we could have a post-carnival show.
Commissioners permitting, so you could actually ask the commissioner for some extra time so I can get it to you, because I'm going right back to complete, to ensure that the search and rescue mission that is going on is successful.
So after the carnival season is done, you definitely come back. Yes.
So,
all right. Well, thank you so much. All those of you who contributed via the WhatsApp texting platform, Facebook, those of you out there in TV land, we're really happy when you support us, the police. As you know, we cannot do it on our own. We need your help to maintain law and order. So have a safe carnival, boat rides. Please stay safe. Everyone stay safe. See you next Thursday. Good night.
Good night.
Talked over the phone a few months, and we got together, and then a few months later we